Good evening. We've played the game. We didn't break the rules. We've played it cool. And do you know what? I think maybe they haven't had that extra drink today. You are watching ESC Fan TV. After the party is over, was it a it was a disappointment of the night, but was it a surprise of the night when this happened?
Now, United Kingdom, you have received 0 points.
Yes, the UK again providing the bottom of the pile televote result. I mean, let's face it, our televote results are not normally that great. Sam Ryder doing exceptionally well in 2022, but the UK not really doing a lot otherwise. Since most of us are from the UK, let's go to our Netherlands correspondent, because let's face it, Nick, you're the only one that could have voted for us.
And I didn't. Sorry.
Well, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't expect you to. You're dead to us. No, I'm joking.
Well, I was in mourning all weekend, so forgive me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But where did it go wrong for Olly in terms of appealing to the public?
Well, to be fair, to add to the Irish thing, where you can go from here, you need someone to have vision. Bambi Thog had that. Sam Ryder had that. He wrote his own song, or I don't know, but he clearly was involved with writing his own song. Olly did as well. May did, I think. The problem only with May and Olly both was there was something off. And it was, in both cases, for me, it was the singing. They had a lot of great visuals, but the singing was just not okay. And if you cannot sing that well, and to be honest, Olly is a great entertainer, but he's not that good of a singer, then choose another song where it's not that obvious. And you can do a spin on that, but now it was... I think that went wrong. He was too focused on being gay, being present, being all the staging and everything, but he forgot to sing it good, and so that's what people noticed.
Yeah, I would say fair point. I mean, when he performed in semi-final 1, and it didn't occur in the final, but I did notice there was one bit when he finished a lot of the dancing. And he came forward, and like his breathing was like, and he was knackered. Elliot said the staging has been slammed as a lust. I'm assuming it's vanity. Vanity fueled project. Speaking of staging, I mean, Ian and Donna, you are our staging experts. You do technical stuff. As about as much I'm prepared to say in terms of technical stuff, because I don't have the lingo. But could he have done anything to pick up any televotes? Could that staging have been better?
My suspicion is it's a similar problem that hit Lizzie Roy with Ireland. It was too busy. There was too much going on and too much to think about during the performance. But from what I've seen from Olly's background, I don't know his work that well, but he's very much a live performer with a band. This was a very, very tight, awkward choreography. Had to be very precise, dealing with cameras, very close moves with the other people, and that's hard to do. And this is where, as Roy probably came unstuck. There was too much for her to do during that staging when Ireland did it. I thought the staging was brilliant for that. Looked amazing. Too much going on.
Yeah.
And Eurovision is... It's the Eurovision Song Contest. It's about the song and about the performance. The presentation, the other stuff is the clever stuff you put around it to add on. If that starts to detract from the performance, the vocal performance, yeah, fucked it. And I think that's where there was. I think it was just a bit too fussy as well. They were doing the clever tricks with the camera to make it look like it was on its side, on its back. Just I think just a bit too much.
And again, it's not a vision that I ever thought would be for that song. You know, I mean, Bambi's worked well because you knew it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer on steroids. You know what I mean? It had a proper theatrical staging that worked well for the story that she had. This one, I just didn't ever expect to see sweaty boxing gym showers. You know, for this song.
And to be fair, not a very nice boxing gym shower either, to be honest.
No, and oddly enough, it looked a bit like the room I was staying in. But I stayed in one a lot cleaner.
I think there was a comment when the video, the first stage of course, on somebody with a comment that you need to get some Vim on that.
Yeah,
give it a good clean.
Yeah. So I don't know. For me, the two individually, the song itself is all right. The staging itself is okay, but you put the two together and they don't work. So I don't know whether it was Olly's vision or something was amiss. Nice try, but no cigar.
Yeah, I think they just tried too hard. It's the fundamental problem.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I mean, let's pull up on some comments from the chat room here. We'll start here. Lee says we got 10 about points last year. Remember, Olly was nowhere near as bad as May was, and that's probably why, to be fair, Olly was rated so highly by the jury, because again, different set of criteria. We did get 8 points from at least 2 juries, I think possibly even 3 actually as a part of those 46 points. Another point from John, if we can pull that up, the song didn't change, it didn't give any oomph like a used Nemo or Baby Lasagna. They succeeded because of the changes. And I think there is a lot to be said. I mean, when I was talking about it with some of my people in work and things like that, they said the thing is that song just doesn't go anywhere. He released a 20-second preview. Once you'd heard that 20 seconds, to be fair, you probably heard the whole song, to be honest. And then Dan says just below that, I think the BBC try too hard sometimes. The staging less is more. And Lee again chipping in. Kudos for the BBC taking a risk, though instead of having basic staging and playing it safe. And yes, to be fair, it was nice to actually have the staging as a talking point. We'll go to Sean first. Sean, obviously you were a massive supporter of Olly. Do you agree with some of the criticisms there?
I do, yeah. I mean, you know, I can't deny the vocal was not great. You know, it wasn't a brilliant vocal on the night. So, I mean, what can you say about that? The choreography maybe was just a little bit too intense for him to be able to concentrate on his vocal performance. I think the staging concept is fantastic. I think it was really, really clever and really entertaining. But did that detract from the song? Are you too busy looking at, oh, look, he's hanging off the wall. How is he upside down, to actually notice the song? And I just sympathise in a way with the BBC, because no matter what we do, they get pulled up on the fact that the staging's not good enough, or the staging's too good, or do you know what I mean? We can never seem to get it right. Is it a case again of that old chestnut, nobody likes the UK? Well, I think that's been proven wrong, because obviously Sam Ryder almost won it. So I don't think that's the case as well. My neighbour came round and had a chat with me a couple of days ago, and she's got a young daughter, and she watches the show every year with her daughter, and she had to turn it off this year, and she turned it off in the middle of Olly's performance, and because of the shall we say, there was one point it looked like there was simulating sex where they were riding each other, and they say, what are they doing, mummy? So do you know what I mean? I don't think, you know, in certain parts of Europe, maybe it went down very, very well either. So I can understand maybe the nil points from the public, and it's such a shame. And I think if they'd staged it a little differently, they could have still done the same concept, But do the dancers need to be half naked? Do they need to be sticking out tongues all the time, which is completely off-putting for a lot of people? May Muller did it. She was sticking a tongue out on the video wall. Remember Gemini, just before he came on, and he stuck his tongue out at the camera. People don't like it. So please, BBC, whoever represents us next year and the year after, don't stick your bloody tongues out.
Or look like you're about to cast a Patronus like Lucy Jones did in 2017.
I don't know. Let's just have a really good song and a really good singer and something just stunning to look at rather than too messy and complex. Please.
I think it says a lot that Bambi Thug is appropriate for a child and Olly Alexander is not.
Well, it's strange you should say that because I judge everything by what my 5-year-old grandson likes. And Bambi Thug scares the shit out of him, and he does not like it. And even if you say it to him, he's like, no. He will have none of that. Yet he can sing Nemo practically from start to finish. So,
Mick, you were in the arena. Obviously, you didn't see all the camera trickery and stuff like that. You may have seen a backstage thing, but I mean, what did it look and sound like in the arena?
Well, I had two viewpoints. I had the standing stage, for one performance, and that came across really, really well. And in the arena, it seemed to get a good reaction. There didn't seem to be anything that was overtly wrong with it. Everybody did quite like it. I was sitting up in the gods for another performance, and until the last fifth, you couldn't see anything because the screen was blocked by all the stuff down the sides of the arena, it was like, well, we can hear it and it sounded okay, but we couldn't see it, and then when they came out on the stage, you'd lost the input. I'd never thought I'd hear the thing that, banning tongues, I mean, what am I going to do in my life, and let's all know, people, there are other cleaning products available.
Also true. Right. And let's just give a special mention here, John, but at least it wasn't two trumpets. Absolutely right. I think the BBC have definitely learnt their lesson from putting two giant polystyrene trumpets on stage next to a man in a rather unflattering piece of clothing. James Newman, you were hard done by.
Can I just say, Tom, that I read somewhere, obviously in the ether of the interweb thing, somebody said that Olly should have had Nemo staging because it was dizzy, spinning round and round, and he should have been on that little disc going round and round and round.
It really didn't go with the song because the song was like a love song to a single person, and yet the staging was like several people.
He wasn't loving just one person.
No, in what looked like one of the sets for one of the Saw movies.
And I think we'll come back to that because I think, and this is why I think Nemo has been so well received by everyone, because they have a song that is relevant, and they embrace their queer identity without perhaps making it overtly, let's face it, making it overtly seedy, because that's basically what the UK performance was. And also, that persona, that very family-friendly persona that proves that the Eurovision Song Contest is a family-friendly show. And this was a family-friendly show. In the same view that when other queer icons have been successful, such as Dana International in 1998 and when Conchita won it 10 years ago in 2014, the performances may have shown off certain aspects of their identity, but still had that family-friendly aspect at the heart of it. Guys, this has been ESC Fan TV covering Eurovision 2024. Enjoy the off season. We'll be back soon. But from all of us, it's ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.